Okay, this is really awkward right now because I'm sitting here taking over Dr. Allison's office. I'm kind of like a pirate, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a personal reading mini lesson for this day while I'm away at SAISA. And for those of you who are at SAISA swimming, this is the mini lesson that you can watch while you're hanging out at night and you don't have nothing to do and you want to mentally prepare yourself for swimming. So if you're mentally preparing yourself for swimming, or you're preparing yourself for the girls volleyball tournament, watch some inspirational videos on YouTube and sit there and try to visualize your butterfly stroke, visualize setting up the serve or whatever you do in volleyball. But here's the mini lesson. As you know, you're going to have to write an essay about your personal reading book. And some of you have been saying, what are we going to write about? What type of essay is this? I'll tell you a little bit about it now. It is an academic essay. It is a literary essay. I'm not looking just for your personal opinion about your personal reading, but I'm wanting you to be that second level reader that we talked about and demonstrating that second level reading in your essay. So what I want is an essay about your personal reading book, but on a literary topic. So how do you go about finding a topic for an essay? First of all, think about what has interested you most in your personal reading book. Has it been an element of plot? Has it been something exciting that has happened? Or has it been an idea that somehow the text raised? Or is it something interesting that the author has done that you've never seen before? Some interesting use of flashback, for example, or a strange way of writing the character's thoughts and putting them on the page. What has attracted your attention in the book you're reading? But then, in order to really write an essay that deals with the kinds of issues that we're trying to deal with in class, I think what you have to do is go back and think about our short story unit. Think about when we talked about some of the basics of building a short story. Think about characterization, plot and plot structure. Think about setting, about symbolism, about themes and issues. Think about all of those elements that we talked about that make stories work, and the different ways that authors can use those elements or play with those elements in order to create something that's meaningful. So you have a personal reading book that's meaningful to you. You have a personal reading book that's interesting. Now, what makes it interesting? How did the author put this together in order to create this piece of art that is somehow engaging to you? That's what I want you to write your essay about. Maybe when we started doing short story, you started thinking about the narrator in The Wavemaker Falters, and you thought, he's a strange narrator. He's really disconnected from his own emotions. He's living also in a world that we don't quite understand. The narrator's interesting on the one hand, and then the setting is interesting on another hand. Maybe what you want to do is take one of those elements and see how they're at play in the novel that you're currently reading for fun. What is the voice of the narrator like? Do we trust the voice of the narrator? Is the narrator very involved in the things that are happening in the story, or is the narrator standing off somewhere at a distance? When you decide what the narrator's doing, how is this important in the work? How is this important to what the work means? You could do the same thing with setting. Does the setting matter? Is it just trying to be realistic, taking place in a contemporary city today? Or is it doing something else with setting, asking us to reconsider issues, reconsider our own relationship with the world because of this very interesting, strange, off-putting setting? I want you to start to think about your personal reading books in terms of the way they've been put together. And eventually, not yet, but eventually you're going to tell me about those interesting elements in an essay. That's it for now, just giving you a little bit of a teaser on the essay that you're going to write about for personal reading. Thanks.